Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So here we go. This is it. Boom, it's done. With this data download, everything is on Global and JP. We're caught up. That's it. Boom. The sync is done. We waited for this for years. A year. Dude, this is a years thing. You can go back videos as far back as 2016 where I'm saying I really think they should catch Global up. So finally, they did it. I think this is much better for the game overall. With JIREN arriving here, Global is going to be completely caught up. They've got all the content, all the missions, all the stuff, right? I mean, there are some minor differences here and there. Actually, funny enough, I say all the missions. There is one JP exclusive mission. The BGM missions is very odd. I just point this out right now. I don't know what the point of these is. These have only ever been JP exclusive. We just got another one tonight. This one was already in the game, but this one is for the Goku and Frieza fight. Buu Saga against Goku and Frieza. But I don't really know what the point of these are. They're just Elder Kais, but it's not really... I mean, I know a lot of people people were saying this around the world, who cares about the missions if they're not given stones, which a lot of people were saying. But, I just really like doing the fight with, the conditions and stuff like that, but whatever. I have no idea, why these are only on JP. No clue. And I hate it, by the way. Everything should be in the same version. Exactly the same. Alright, so we have the two threads here for Global and JP. As far as I'm aware, the only difference is that JIREN is also arriving for Global Dokkan. Now, we do have kind of bad news. It is indeed looking to be a separate banner for JIREN. Now, I mean, it feels very silly. They're gonna drop two banners at the same time. Two double rates banners are dropping at the exact same time. One for JIREN and one for Gotenks. And it's gonna be, people are gonna be extra mad. I mean, valid. Because JIREN is gonna be on JP's banner. Right? This is gonna feel very stupid. I mean, if you want my expert opinion, Global could have been cutting the gaps about, I don't know, 13 months ago. That might have helped. But yeah, I don't. They easily could have dropped JIREN. Why didn't JIREN drop last week? There was nothing. We were sitting there with nothing. They could have dropped JIREN and the Goku and Frieza fight on Global. It makes no sense. So yeah, that's coming. Two banners. One for Gotenks, one for the other guy, JIREN. Let's jump in here. All right, so we're talking about Gotenks. Gotenks... Details looked very impressive. In practice, seeing him in action, I don't know. And when I say I don't know, I mean, damn, he kind of he could be competing for #1. I think so. I mean, we'll see. We'll do a nice long video and stuff like that. See how things are gonna go. But he really could be #1, I think. Because it's Tech Gogeta is, once you transform into Gogeta, it's he's better than Mastered UI, for sure. Because, I'm sorry, but I'm going to count the Goku and Frieza fight, that's the most, and Tech UI could barely even damage Goku and Frieza most of the time. I mean, he's obviously super elite, 100% dodge, stuff like that. But Tech Gogeta kind of comes out, and he is God. I really like the Family Kamehameha standby. That's another, pinnacle thing. But, the Tech Gogeta, they're good in base, but they're not, Tech Carnival Broly in base or something like that. Whereas, Gotenks could be super crazy right away. I don't, he's just, I saw a couple people say, boring. He's boring, not really anything, super, it just means he's dominant, is what it means. When you just come out of the gate, you've got all your shit. He's Rainbow Orb changing. He's guaranteed critting. He's guaranteed additional supering. By Rainbow Orb changing, he's supporting the rest of the team. It's just, there's no real weaknesses. I don't, I could easily nitpick. It's so easy to nitpick little minor things of kits and be I mean, this little difference right here makes a huge advantage. I don't, there's nothing really like that. Even, the active skill condition, right? Yesterday I had misread it. I thought it was 3 stacking conditions, but it's either this, get hit 3 times, which is not bad, or this. And the thing about him getting the active is you would just want the active for when you're fighting Goku and Frieza. You'd want the active for when you're fighting like the Bulma, right? Or something like that. So it's like these either or conditions really not so bad. It's got good super attack effects. Defensively, he's double digit tanking Gogeta turn 1. Right? Like he's pretty crazy. Really strong. Not really heavily restricted. I mean, this just shows, man, they dropped some of these Carnival characters and they're really crazy. So yeah, Gotenks, I mean, I'm not really too sure exactly where I'd settle in with him, but I mean, he's definitely top 5 level. Because it's just like, I don't know, like turn 1, Family Kamehameha Gohan dies, or is very unimpressive, and then Gotenks would take double digit damage and do, 3 25 plus million crits. Like, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so there's Gotenks. Yeah, very, very elite. We also have JIREN, who's dropping at the exact same time. Do I have JIREN pulled up? No, I do not. JIREN is also here. I like JIREN. I'm not as high on JIREN as I think a lot of... Well, okay. What I'm high on about JIREN is his standby, where he has 100% damage reduction, right? As long as you have 5 orbs, he cannot be damaged. Literally, he has 100% damage reduction. This lasts for... You could have 3 rotations of this, which will clean up the fight. It'll finish the fight, right? So your turn 1 base JIREN, then you have 3 rotations of this guy, and you're good. In my experience using this guy over the last couple of months, I rarely even go into full power JIREN. Usually there's not much of a need. He's just kind of like, man, he's so good defensively in slot 2, like every character. And it's like, he does drop... Oh, I just got a good equip. No, not that good. Okay. He's able to drop the 1 big attack set, which is good for Goku and Frieza. But like, despite the fact that you think like, oh, he's made for the Goku and Frieza fight, to an extent that's true. But the fight can start, he's in slot 4, and he just gets insta-killed with no counterplay by 17. Locked in slot 4 and insta-killed. That's a thing that could happen. Towards the end of the fight, Goku and Frieza, under 50% HP, are blowing this guy away. I think maybe if it's his first turn out, but it's just... I'm not super enamored with full power JIREN, but I really do like his standby. I think that this guy is really good. I like standby JIREN a lot. This should be a very easy skip. He is solid in that he's got no restrictions. So across these category teams, like he's pretty much like a must run. Like if you're running these teams, like you do probably want to run them, but it's, you gotta skip. Anniversary's coming up, man. Anniversary's coming. So I would tell players, skippity skip that shit. That's what I say. All right, then then we got Carnival Gotenks. We went ahead and went over both of them. Obviously Gotenks, he's fighting for potentially #1 overall. We'll see. But potentially he seems quite good. So we have a couple of World Tournament characters. Okay, so we have Dragon Ball Saga Banner EZA, Grandpa Gohan. I have him rainbowed. We have 2 World Tournament EZAs, the Android 18 and Pan, and then we have an Awakening, Super 17, or, no, that's Hellfighter 17. Hellfighter 17, that's just an Awakening, right? So let's see what we got here. So we have Grandpa Gohan, 150% attack and defense, 3 key, plus 150% attack and defense if there's an ally or enemy Kid Goku. High chance to dodge. He gets plus 15% dodge for his first turn. Another 5% dodge per Dragon Ball Saga category ally in the turn. 5% dodge starting from his 5th attack, his 5th dodge. So plus 5% starting from the time he gets his 5th dodge, and then another 8% dodge when he gets his 8th dodge. Interesting. Then 150% attack defense, high chance to crit for 5 turns after dodging, and attacked enemies attack minus 30% for 2 turns. So, high chance, no matter what, this is always going to count for himself. So he's always, at minimum, got a 55% chance to dodge. With a full rotation, we could jump up to 65% chance to dodge. Then he dodges his 5th attack. He jumps up to 70. And then he gets up to 78% with 8 dodges. I mean, listen, if this was 70% right there, I mean, okay, but he does have this for his first turn. So his first turn, he could be, what, more like 80% with a full Dragon Ball Saga rotation? But that's still, like, this is the type of character where he eats one normal and you're in trouble. And it's like, on that first turn where you have this, you probably would want him to dodge a couple of times to be able to activate his other abilities. I don't know. I feel like this is like, oh, like, he could be dodging everything, which he could. Or he could just take one normal and run this over. 30% defense, supreme damage, great lower defense. No, so no like seal or attack debuff or anything like that. Certainly from World Tournament EZAs, having stuns and seals and debuffs kind of matters because these characters are probably not going into Supreme Magnificent Battle. But like where these characters could be good would be Battlefield. Battlefield would be very helpful. Okay. I don't think he's very good. I think it looks like it's one of those things that, oh, it looks, yeah, like maybe you could have, like, you could do a run where he could be good because he just dodges everything. But again, or he could just take one normal and you lose. Yeah, these dodge chances aren't high enough. For sure. All right, Android 18. This is an easy, 3 key, 180% attack and even start a turn. Additional has a 30% chance to be a super. She gets 180% attack and events for 3 turns after receiving an attack. By the way, 30% chance? You shitting me? It's 2018? I didn't realize we were in 2018, guys. Okay, 180% for 3 turns after receiving an attack. Only 3 turns, by the way. Oof. She has a high chance to dodge, too. Okay. Then 180% attack. Additional is another 30% chance to be super for 3 turns after dodging. And then a guaranteed additional super if there's another Android category ally on the team. Supreme damage, and then she gets 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. So let's go best case scenario. So she supers, then we do a second super. Again, best case scenario. We do a third super. We do a 4th super, and we could do a 5th super. So what does she look like if she does 5 supers turn 1? Which she could. Like, we put her slot 1, she dodges, and then we get 5 super attacks. And then that's 50% for 3 turns. Like, you know, on her second turn, like, imagine if she could have 10 stacks of that up. It's not going to happen with 30% chances, but, like, having, like, 10, like, you know, 7 stacks of this up, it's intriguing, but a lot has to go your way, right? Like, you got to get, like, these 30% to hit. You know, ideally, you'd like her to dodge and then also get hit. I don't know that I like her kit. Probably not. Another Buu Saga buff, by the way. At Legends and Dokkan, it's just Buu Saga every second of every day right now. I think it's because of the close proximity to Daima. Is probably why. Like, Daima is literally directly, like, it's a direct sequel to Buu Saga. A lot of Buu Saga characters, references, stuff like that, so, okay. Kid Pan. 200% attack and defense start a turn. High chance to dodge. Okay. 100% attack and defense, and then a 20% dodge within the same turn before receiving an attack. So we could be up to 70% dodge. Then 150% attack and defense for 5 turns after dodging. 3 key guaranteed crits, and additional is a high chance to be a super. It's a 50% chance as the first attacker in the turn. A guaranteed additional super as second or third attacker in the turn. 100% attack if they're sealed. Raise attack for 4 turns. 50% defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage and seal super. What is that? Is that 30%? It's a 30% attack buff. So she's getting 30% attack for 4 turns. 50% defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage and seals. She's got a seal, which is good. because again, I mean, I'm looking at these characters. It's like, can we help in Battlefield or Super Battle Road? Remember, Battlefield is very tough. I mean, I'm doing that, you know, beginner's guide with Iron Cane, and like, how long is it going to be until we jump into like Battlefield, dude? It's going to take forever. Battlefield, you need such a roster of characters, and I mean, Battlefield is not exactly weak either. Once you get to that third level, it's tough, right? Like even my teams can get killed sometimes. So, especially when they drop shit like Battlefield Omega. Oh my god. Whew. All right, so there's that. Another Boo Saga character too, by the way. Just so many Boo Saga options right now. I don't know. It's like she's got dodge, so like we could run her and like we get perfect luck with her dodges, but like you know how that goes. All right, Hellfighter 17. Let's see what he's got. So this is a new Dokkan Awakening right here. Yeah, this guy came out a lot. This was actually a global first, if I'm not mistaken. Hellfighter 17. Yeah, look, he came out in 2020 on JP. I remember I was watching Goku vs. Frieza during that World Tournament. I remember distinctly. And then he came out a little bit before on Global. Yeah, okay. So it's a Global first character, technically. 170% attack and defense. 50% chance to dodge. Another 170% attack and defense. 17% dodge when performing a super. That's not a big deal, because, I mean, a free-to-play character, I'm not exactly dying to run him in slot 1. So as long as we have him in slot 2 or 3 attacking first, he has a 67% chance that's to dodge. 100% attack, 70% defense, and additional is a 50% chance to be a super. There's another android or artificial life form ally in the same turn. I don't know that that's necessarily a big deal. And then android category support 1 key, 30% attack, 20% defense. And then artificial life form category support 1 key, 30% attack, 20% defense. He's okay. Because like I'm just thinking of him like, you know, on like an artificial life form team, or, you know, maybe like a Super 17 will come out at some point or something like that. And we're just using him as like a floating support type character. I certainly like him better than the rest. Because it's like, I don't like literally all three of these characters is like huge RNG. Like they could do stuff. I mean, one thing that is good, World Tournament free-to-play characters like this, when we're rocking stats like this, they're not going to be gigaton hitters. They're not going to be just raw dog tanking attacks with guard and damage reduction. Unfortunately, like, you know, free-to-play easy ATURs, they're going to need to dodge to be able to survive. And that's what they're all, like, all these units are cooked up with that, which makes sense. It is what they should have. Okay. Super attack here, 30% attack and even supreme damage crit lowers attack. Let's see, Hellbreaker. Let's take a look. Let's see what it looks like. What? Looks a little good. Excuse you, Dokkan. Why not? I don't know. Like a new. Okay. It does. It does bother. I wouldn't really complain. I thought Buhen's animations were fine. I like Gotenks' animations. I think they look pretty good. Right? Like a lot of these Slugs animations look great. So I guess it's like last year. It's like Sword of Hope Trunks is like offensive. And, like, Blue Goku and Vegeta are so bad in terms of their animations. And those are, like, that's worldwide download celebration. And then we're getting, like, free-to-play characters with, like, animations that look, like, really clean like that. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, a little frustrating. But this year, the major characters have looked good, right? I thought the Broly's looked good. The Family Kamehameha looks good. I don't really have anything to complain about. My standard for complaints about the animation is much lower than other people, right? They got to look really shitty for me to super comment on it. All right, so I mean, they're not they're not the best, but they're not the worst either, right? Like that's kind of how I describe this. They're not the best and not the worst. We have an Extreme Super Battle Road stage, Space Traveling Warriors. Global, of course, gets these two stages. The Goku fight is pretty easy, but I do really love it as a showcase stage because the second phase, the Tech Mastered UI Goku, he only super attacks in slot 2. So it's, you know, you always know where it's coming. And, you know, slot 2, every character's, you know, best defense is pretty much in slot 2, right? Where they can attack first and stuff like that. And then stage 6 against Goku and Frieza, you know, that's the hardest fight in the game by far, for sure. Kid Buu Burst Mode. Okay. Sure. That starts tomorrow. Okay. And then World Tournament, of course. Yeah, how good. We're excited. Blue Stone. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, that's okay. Pretty good. I'm going to have to try. I'm going to have to get iron to grab that. Yeah. Blue Stone. Pretty big deal. Okay. Let's just double check the JP one. I don't think there's anything different. Yep, Blue Stone is there. Movie, Gotenks, all the characters, Space Traveling Warrior, Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road. There's the Kid Buu, Burst Mode, World Tournament. Yep. Oh. 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 Alright, so looks like this Goten is going to EZA, but hold on, timeout. We've now seen a couple of these. It doesn't mean it's coming right away. It just means that it could come. At some point, he'll EZA. This is the banner unit for Videl. So he could... Now, if we're sitting here... Okay, let's take a look. I have no idea what they're doing next week. No clue. 2 weeks from now is going to be the New Year's celebration. We're going to get a dual Dokkan Fest. Probably, I think, on the 27th or the 26th. We're going to have a dual Dokkan Fest dropping. I guess it could drop on the 30th. But it typically is a little sooner than that. I think it's probably going to be like the 27th or 26th. So I don't know what this week is going to be right here. They already dropped a Super EZA for the celebration and 2 major EZA characters with Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Vegeta. I think we easily could get another EZA or maybe a batch sub EZA. I think maybe like LR Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta perhaps could get an EZA. Now would be a good time for him to do it with all the good Goku, Buu Saga Gokus around, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, that Vegeta is only going to be, like, when they EZA him, they got it, like, a lot of his conditions and stuff are going to stay the same. We know how they do EZAs with these characters now. So, it's like, that Vegeta is only going to be able to be as good as a relevant Buu Saga Goku. So now would be the correct time to EZA that Angel Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Maybe that's what we can get next week. It's not going to be a completely dead week. We'll get something, probably some type of EZA character is what I'm guessing. So we'll see. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.